Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. This is Michael Voss, the Dragon of the Southern Tier. I'm here with you again. It's a quick video, quick thought, obviously about to be starting my work, my regular 9 to 5, but more importantly, I wanted to talk about all the things that have been happening lately. I know everyone's focused on 2019, on the elections on Tuesday. Maybe some people are looking forward to me speaking with Larry Sharp on his podcast in New York City live on Monday. But there's a lot more going on. Let's look at Representative Anthony Brindisi, member of Congress. Congress yesterday just took the legal action to start the impeachment process, essentially a trial of the president. And this is what's required. They voted to actually start the process. What are the rules that they're going to do? Except what Mr. Brindisi voted for was something that's already happened. For over a month, Democrats have been isolated in what they call a SCIF, a private room in the basement of Congress, already conducting the trial. And that's a bit of a scary thing. It's a secret trial that's been going on for a month that he now says, well, it's justified. Well, we have to ask the question, for anyone who would vote for the president to be impeached, any president to be impeached, what's the high crime that has been done? We have a rumor from a third party, and that's what the reason is? That's not evidence. Mr. Brindisi has been saying and pleading with his constituents, who are majority Republican, who favor the president, and his answer is, I was looking for evidence. He's been waiting to see some proof before he would pick a side. Well, that's just campaign rhetoric, because he's already picked a side. And I have to believe that his reasoning is because he wants his re-election funding. He wants money from the DNC. He wants money from the House Majority PAC because he desperately needs that, considering his actual congressional record shows nothing. He has no bills. He has no support from Democrats, and he needs that desperately to win his 2020 re-election bid. Looking at 2019 on a more local level, and it's also concerning because it comes from the top down. We're looking at the Democratic Party in my region, in Broome County, the southern tier of New York, and it's very troubling to see what Democrats have done. We have a candidate who's running who is under an ethics violation and won't tell his constituents. We have a party that apparently has employed individuals of criminal behavior, and I'll be talking more about that in more detail very shortly. But yeah, they've had criminals out there talking to the public without letting the public know that these are people, in one case at least, with a felony. This is troubling, that we're seeing the public manipulated in so many ways. And I have to say that when you see this, when you're looking at this as a total, we have a group in government who is acting in a secret manner, working on the very least of information to try and achieve a feeling that they've had for years, when we have parts of government that are willing to bend the rules, that are willing to break the rules. You know, we're talking about Councilman Livingston, who's not only had ethics violations, but possibly abuse of power and misuse of public funds, as I've described previously. This troubles me. I know it's a dreary day in the Northeast today, that there's a lot of winds, there's a lot of rain. People are recovering from tornado warnings yesterday. But it's a symbol of what we're seeing throughout the entire nation right now. We're in a whirlwind, and we really need to stop and look at these candidates, whether they're for 2020, whether they're for 2019. We have to really understand, what are these parties saying? Are they really standing up for the American people? Are they being responsible to their constituents? Because I think in most of the cases, the answer is no. And that's something that we should vote about. That's something we should pay attention to. Even as I see that in Broome County, we have our first red flag legislation has gone, red flag action has happened. You know what? The public doesn't know that. I even know lawmakers who don't know that it's happened. So this is troubling. But let's talk more about this a little bit later in the day when I have more time, and I'm going to go into this, so I hope you're going to see that, and I look forward to hearing your comments as well. I hope you have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon.